Hello everyone, so today I'm curious on the Canon photo on Capture One. I haven't edited the Canon photo on Capture One yet, so I'm just curious how sharp it gets. And at the same time, I'm comparing JPEG. So the middle one is a JPEG, and then the Lightroom at the same time. So I will check out these three to see what's the difference. And this is the first load on the right hand side is the first load on the Lightroom. So it has the camera standard V2 profile checked, and this one is directly out of the camera. You can see that it's not as saturated by default directly out of the camera as a JPEG. So this is a JPEG 30 megapixel. So and let's check about zoom in about the same time and the Capture One here also. So by the way, I have a couple links below just to have the trial of the Capture One. If you want to support my channel, you can just download a trial. It will support my channel and then give it a try. Just to compare, you can download the trial 30-day Capture One Pro just to have all the features, so you can compare the Canon photo yourself, the raw file also. So thanks for the supporting from the previous Capture One video also. So let's zoom in a little bit. You can see that it's really very sharp. By the way, this is the RF RF 85mm f1.2. So this is a sharp RF lens, and I think this one was at 1.4. I think I mistakenly adjusted to the 1.4, but it was shot at 1.4, but it's a 1.2. So but I always wanted to shoot at wide open. That's why after that I added a lock there, so that it won't accidentally adjust the dial. So but anyway, let's compare the difference. So I'm gonna place around here at the same location, and let's slightly zoom into the same location. Let me scroll up a little bit. Okay, so this is the JPEG. So right out of the JPEG is processed by the camera, right? So the camera process is already really nice and sharp, and then the skin tone is nice already. I noticed that so this is the raw file generated by the Capture One. It has nicer skin tone than the directly out of the camera file. So the initial color rendering from the Capture One is better in my opinion than this one, because this one is too pale for the JPEG. So directly out from the JPEG, you can see that it's a little bit warmer. I think the logic from the Capture One has a little bit warm side toward the warm side. So let me zoom in a little bit. It seems like I cannot zoom in that far, so let me adjust it to the similar size right here. Okay, so and then do the similar. Okay, so so this is the skin tone from the Lightroom. So directly comparison from the skin tone sharpness. I haven't applied sharpness yet, but this sharpness directly automatically from the camera. So you can decide by yourself which one do you like most. Right now, I think this one has a more magenta theme, skin tone in the back also. So this one more toward the brown, and this one the JPEG is more pale. So I just curious what are the difference between JPEG and Lightroom on the initial load, so that how do you feel about it, and then on the Capture One. So last time I noticed that the Capture One worked with Sony on the sensor, but I think they render the Canon is also pretty good file, nice sharpness on it. So if you buy the Capture One Pro, and again, if you want to support my channel, you can try the link below, and then if you want to buy, you can try the link to buy below also if you support my channel as well. So so if you buy the Pro version, it will include the capability of the Canon files. So leave me some comment below just to see which skin tone or sharpness you like more. So this is directly out of the camera JPEG, and without any modification. You can see the difference between the skin tone as well. So and this one doesn't have the sharpness applied yet, so let me do a little bit just to match the sharpness on the JPEG. So let me do the similar thing last time. What we did is we are adding a layer, we can call it sharpness, just to easier to manage the let me press M on the, so it's just easier to manage the layers because it has many different layers stuff. I'm gonna undo that because this is the 1.2 lens. I don't want everything sharp, so I'm just gonna do the face area just a little bit just to demonstrate the capability of the Capture One as well, just to compare. And we are gonna do the amount, so sharpness amount, and then let me radius, maybe leave it like that. So the threshold, the bigger is the softer, so we will move it down and then increase the sharpness a little bit more. And let's check the difference. Let me do the before and after. So this is before and after. You can see that it's even super sharp already. Sometimes it's over sharpened it. You can adjust that based on what you feel about the rendering. You can see that sometimes it's over sharpening, but from further away you can see that it's sharper. So, and that's that. And then this one is a JPEG, is already sharpened by the camera by default. And then this one, so let's do something on the details panel. And on the details panel we can do sharpening. You can see the sharpening. Let me zoom into a similar, undo that. Okay, so zoom into similar, and then radius, do the same thing. You can see that this is different. This is the bigger the radius, the sharper, and probably put it around 50. Detail, we can smaller, and then masking is the if you hold down the option, you can see that the masking is don't sharp on everything, only the edges of the necessary area. So that's before and after. You can toggle here also. So I think Lightroom generated the sharpness is very sharp on the Lightroom side as well. And the only difference is the initial load of the skin tone and the skin tone of the JPEG, if you want to compare the difference. And the skin tone for the portrait, depends on how you feel. It's a color personal preference for the tone, and if you can adjust this skin tone later on. But if you like the initial skin tone from here, you can use this one as a base. So it depends which base of the skin tone that you want to start with, and it's easier, whichever is easier, suitable for your workflow. Maybe you have been using the Lightroom a lot. So in terms of the sharpness, not much difference in here, not much like it's very similar, and this one it can be a little bit sharper, but we can adjust the sharpness also. So when it comes to Canon, it comes down to just the skin tone and how do you feel about your workflow. But if you use both camera, so right now I'm having both. Just have the capability of the Canon edit on the Lightroom as well, just in case I want to use the Portraiture 3 plugin, because I have that plugin for the just in case if I have one to that. And if you want to edit on the Canon JPEG just on the go for travel, you can use that, but you need to add more warm tone on that, just in case, because I noticed that the JPEG is more pale on the skin tone. So so that's why currently the skin tone direct first load, I like the Capture One for the direct skin tone loading. So it seems like this one is more toward the brown skin tone side from the skin color standpoint. So and then this one is more pale in the center. So just my quick comparison between the sharpness, skin tone, and the initial low and versus the JPEG also. So I'm just curious to find out what's the difference between that and using the Capture One to load the Canon files as well. So thanks so much for watching, and if you want to do a trial, you can use the link below just to support my channel. Yeah, thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned for more video coming up. Bye.